What do you think of when you hear the words mission territory or the missions? Do you think of a third world country in a part of the world where Christianity has arrived in only the past couple centuries, like Africa or Asia perhaps? Or do you think of Europe? I suspect not, yet this continent is the focus of Pope Benedict's mission intention this month. He's asking us to pray that Christians in Europe may rediscover their true identity and participate with greater enthusiasm in the proclamation of the gospel. What does he mean by true identity? And why is the Pope asking us to consider Europe as mission territory? A Christian's true identity is his or her baptismal identity. It means being a son or daughter of God, a member of the body of Christ. Unfortunately, many European Christians have forgotten this identity and are Christian more in name than in practice. For them, baptism is a family ritual, part of a dying culture. Their identities have become secularized, so they see themselves more in terms of what they do, as producers and consumers, as beings who live for a good time and nothing more. Unless they recover their true baptismal identity, the Christians of Europe are at risk in the future of disappearing. One result of the materialism, individualism, and secularism of Europe is a decline in the birth rate to a level that is below replacement. Europeans, as a people, are slowly dying. Pope Benedict is very concerned about Europe, and when he visited Spain in 2010, he said, "Europe must open itself to God, must come to meet him without fear, and work with his grace for that human dignity which was discerned by her best traditions, from which the great philosophical, literary, cultural, and social masterpieces of Europe were born. Allow me here to point out the glory of man and to indicate the threats to his dignity resulting from the privation of his essential values and richness, and the marginalization and death visited upon the weakest and the poorest. One cannot worship God without taking care of his sons and daughters, and man cannot be served without asking who his Father is and answering the question about him. The Europe of science and technology, the Europe of civilization and culture, must be at the same time a Europe open to transcendence and fraternity with other continents, and open to the living and true God. This is what the Church wishes to contribute to Europe, to be watchful for God and for man, based on the understanding of both, which is offered to us in Jesus Christ."